We are also being joined by Sanjay Jha as a political analyst. Sanjay Jha, your response to what has happened. We have a confirmation there from the chief spokesperson of the Congress party who said that Prashant Kishore has declined and that he is not going to be joining the Congress party. What really went wrong?
Well, the very fact that the chief spokesperson of the Congress party is in a hurry to tell the world that Prashant Kishore has refused to join the party for whatever reasons at the moment, that itself is a very telling commentary on how insecure certain members of the Congress party are. Now, let me tell you, if Prashant Kishore has refused to join the Congress party, I would have liked that announcement to come from him. The Congress party is here very happily celebrating that PK is not joining them. Obviously, because his presentation or the fact that there are some people within the party who back him has completely upset those who are used to a very cocooned comfort and who are usually part of that caucus that works with the high command. And when I say high command, I am at the moment excluding Priyanka Gandhi Vadra from that. This is really a Rahul Gandhi clique in operation. I'm being very forthright with you. People, I think Rajdeep spoke before me and he hit the nail on the head. There's a clique that works with Rahul Gandhi that is obviously feeling very rattled and insecure, because if Prashant were to join the Congress party, a lot of them would find their, cozy, cocooned, honeymoon coming to a dramatic end.
Okay.
So this is a loss for the Congress, in my opinion. If PK doesn't join the Congress, I believe the Congress is sending a message to voters, to a number of people in the country, including the media, I think, that the party refuses to acknowledge the reality, that the writing is on the wall, that we are in an irreversible decline.
Be with us, Mr. Sanjay, be with us. I'm just going to bring in Brijesh Kalappa as well. Brijesh Kalappa, Sanjay Jha was previously associated with the Congress party, has said it very clearly that the message the Congress has sent by this move essentially is that they're not ready for change. They're not ready for this churning, which is just so important in Congress's scheme of things. It's unfortunate that Prashant Kishore has not joined the Congress today. There were just so many people, many of them publicly, who in fact indicated that they're not happy with Prashant Kishore's possible entry. Mr. Kalappa. Brijesh Kalappa was asking you, why does the Congress party not want this change? Okay, we'll just go across to Brijesh Kalappa in a bit from now. Sanjay Jha also continues to be with us. Sanjay Jha, in your opinion, would many within the Congress be okay with Prashant Kishore advising the party from the outside like he did for many others, the JDU in the past, the TMC just very recently in the Bengal elections, rather than join and be a part of this much needed change that everybody is talking about, and that would leave just so many within the party uncomfortable?
Well, let me tell you, Prashant has his own political brand as well. And at this point, if anybody, PK needed the Congress less than the Congress needed him. The truth that nobody will tell you is even these veterans in the Congress party do not have the courage of their own conviction to speak truth to power, which is why when somebody comes laterally from the outside, they're a lot more fearless, they're a lot more honest, and they usually speak what ought to be heard by the people who are at the helm of affairs. So the truth is there is no one to tell the Congress High Command the truth. The people inside don't. There are those who are basically part of the larger caucus who are, playing their own political small petty games. And even the veterans have virtually surrendered. You've seen the fate of G23. So really, who will tell the Gandhis what is the right decision to take? And I think there are many people in the Congress, and those who are, insecure, those who basically are in the party for a Rajya Sabha seat, or who are there because, they have certain offices from where they can get some kind of an appointment, others who are waiting for some family deals to happen. These are the people who will be very happy. A genuine Congress person today, I'm talking about somebody young who wants a secular, inclusive democracy, who believes in the greatness of Congress party's history, who wants a transparent leadership, ought to be terribly disappointed. I think PK volunteering to join the Congress would have been the most logical and a progressive step by the party. But I still want to tell you very frankly, I think this is more Rahul Gandhi than Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Rahul is reluctant to bring changes, and he's surrounded by people who are giving him terribly wrong advice. And I think this is very disappointing news.
To what extent do you think The very fact that Prashant Kishore's IPAC was also willing and ready to do business with the TRS also sort of, made many congressmen apprehensive, even those who were willing to explore this as an opportunity to revive the grand old party, then took a step backwards and said that, listen, this is not going to work out. That essentially was a deal breaker, the bonhomie with the TRS?
I don't think so at all. Think about it. I mean, he's been with Mamata Banerjee till a few months ago, right? And he was helping Mamata Banerjee win the elections in Goa against the Congress. So why was the Congress talking to him at all, right? See, these conversations don't happen suddenly. I mean, the Congress party people, like, and I don't want to take names, but these people who are jumping on this TRS transaction, I'll tell you what a mistake they're making. Are they believing that Prashant Kishore comes to Delhi, meets with the Gandhis, meets with all the senior leaders, and then is brazen enough or so duplicitous or so absolutely brazenly conniving and cunning that he goes to Hyderabad and strikes a deal overnight? I mean, these are conversations that may have happened over a period of time. Plus, he's openly said, I've got nothing to do with the IPAC anymore, where he still may have, obviously, a lot of other investment of his past association. But he's, I think, being transparent. I think there are people within the Congress who are probably using that as a pretext, as an excuse to kind of nip the entire opportunity in the bud.
You know, Mr. Sanjay Jha, the group of 23 had a series of suggestions that they've communicated, some of it fairly publicly in the past. The similarities with IPAC suggestions, with the suggestions of Prashant Kishore, is also what seems to have made many people within the Congress uncomfortable. And these are suggestions of drastic changes.
Well, let me tell you one thing. This is a party that once had 404 seats in Parliament. It's down to 52. It has been wiped off all the states. I mean, this is a time for, in my opinion, a dramatic surgery. This is a time for certain parts of the body which have clearly become redundant to be amputated. The party needs a complete resurrection. This is literally like creating a new avatar. If anyone believes the Congress party can do that by putting up some empowered committee of people who have barely, many of them, who probably haven't even gone to the polls in years and are there just because they're, just kind of holding on to some position which will give them influence within the party. And if they believe that is going to be a change, I mean, we got to be living in a food paradise. I mean, this is a party which after 8 years decides to have a Chintan Shivir. And you think that's going to be your turnabout story? This is going to be a big turnaround headline? I mean, we got to be, frankly speaking, in a state of delusion. But, I have been in the Congress long enough and I know some very critical people. I'm thoroughly disappointed. And in a way, I'm happy that I kind of backed out of, being, one of those people who quietly sit and allows the decimation to happen and allowing your conscience to be demolished. I feel many people in the Congress party today are sitting with their conscience literally in their pockets. They don't have the guts to speak the truth, and they will hang on till I think the party literally is extinguished to dust.
Mr. Jha, this also just speaks volumes of the manner in which Rahul Gandhi, in spite of not being the president anymore, of him stepping down, his mother continues to be, of course, the interim Congress president, is prevailing over the party. There was an opinion that this is the opportunity for change. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was in fact backing him. The perception is that she does takes important decisions within the party. She's been doing so, and she was also in charge of a big and important state like Uttar Pradesh. It's a different story that the Congress did so poorly in the state of UP, but by and large this has got Rahul Gandhi's decision written all over, in spite of him not being the president. He's somebody who's who has power but no responsibility in that sense.
Absolutely. And this is not a mystery anymore. You'll find a lot of people from the Congress who will come and tell you that Rahul had nothing to do with it. This is a Rahul Gandhi trademark decision. I'll tell you from my own personal experience, there were many suggestions given that he actually literally rides roughshod over. He's currently influenced by a set of people who are, political entrepreneurs, each of them having their own ambition, who care, frankly, a fig where the Congress party goes tomorrow. So this is what you're witnessing today is the end of the grand old party beginning to happen. You see the results in Assam in the Guwahati elections where AAP has actually done better than the Congress party. And it tells you somewhere down the line, it's not just the BJP that is going to annihilate the Congress. It's the opposition that will gobble up the space that the party still occupies. And I do believe that the Congress, frankly speaking, for them, this could just be the beginning of the end.
The beginning of the end, a lost opportunity is what Sanjay Jha has said. Thank you so much, Mr. Jha, for joining us.